Hello and welcome to the Toronto Global Forum. I'm John Yearwood, and today I'm with Shri Dinesh Kumar Kara, who is the chairperson of the Bank of India. We'll have a conversation about financial literacy and digital banking in India. We'll start, Dinesh, if you don't mind, with there is no doubt that financial literacy is a necessary skill for citizens to better manage their wealth and therefore their living conditions. How can the State Bank of India encourage financial literacy for its population, and mainly women and children that could benefit from it the most?
I agree. In fact, the aspect of financial literacy is very well recognized in India's financial policy. Even the Reserve Bank of India has released a national strategy for financial inclusion. It's a 5-year document for the period 2020 to 2025. It lays down several milestones and action plans to be implemented during the period of strategy, with 2 recommendations pertaining to financial literacy, which is development of financial literacy modules with specific target orientation, and consumer protection, which is essentially to develop a robust customer grievance portal to be implemented during the year 2020-21. As at the end of December 20, we at State Bank of India have already promoted financial literacy centers, almost about 1,500. So that is something which we have already done. So I think going forward, we'll have a situation where we'll be in a position to do even more. And even beyond that, even regulators of the financial systems in India, which are actually SEBI, which is Securities and Exchange Board of India, it oversees the capital markets, and IRDA, which actually oversees the insurance market, they have also got their own objectives to educate people on informed decision making in securities market and buying insurance policies. Similarly, our Ministry of Corporate Affairs has also created an Investors Education and Protection Fund for promotion of investors' awareness and protection of interest of investors. The administration of this Investors Education and Protection Fund, which has been established on 7th of September 2016, has helped in generating a lot of awareness, and there are provisions in the Companies Act which further enhances the scope of Investors Education and Protection Fund. The authority is entrusted with the responsibility of administration of Investors Education and Protection Fund, making refund of shares, unclaimed dividend, mature deposit, debentures, etc. to investors, and to promote awareness among investors are some of the key focus areas for this protection fund. With an objective of imparting the free financial literacy, various credit counseling and efforts are also made. This helps in propagating use of electronic payment systems. We at SBI have set up almost 341 financial literacy centers across the country for this very purpose. During COVID-19, which was the most draconian period in the history of human mankind and the current generation, FLCs have actually conducted more than almost 12,000 camps, where almost about 400,000 people participated. As a pilot project implemented by RBI, SBI has also set up 15 centers of financial literacy at block level in some of the states like Chhattisgarh and Telangana, etc., where there's a huge scope for upgrading the financial literacy. Further, another 230 odd Center for Financial Literacies are being set up across the country to create financial awareness among the rural masses. So this is a combined effort between State Bank of India and the various regulators who are operating on ground, and it has helped in sort of generating adequate awareness among the population, and particularly with a focus on women and children.
That's an interesting point. And when you look at the rate of financial literacy in the population, as you mentioned, I understand it's just right under about 30%. What impact do you think that would have on the Indian economy if that, or as that grows and as that gets high?
See, the impact of the financial literacy on the economy is always very positive. Way back, we started the JAM movement in the country, which we call it a financial inclusion drive. It was Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and Mobile. Jan Dhan is the people's money, and Aadhaar is the basic identification proof, and mobile is the mobile phones. So this was something we used to call it a JAM Trinity, and which actually helped in promoting the financial inclusion drive. The impact was that not only banks could gather deposit, but it also helped in reaching out to the unbanked areas. There was also interest shown by these new depositors to inquire about various products on the asset side. Independent research also is suggesting that opening of these accounts have resulted into the women empowerment. Increasing use of health and less use of tobacco and decline in crime in areas where JAM accounts are opened is something which we have witnessed. So it's more of a social transformation which has been seen in those areas. With the outbreak of COVID-19, we have seen that many of the retail investors, they started investing in mutual funds, and also they have started adopting to the trading routes to participate in the financial markets. Fintech and the retail algorithm trading platforms actually contributing, they have significantly contributed in educating the people and also helped them in diversifying their traditional investment, which was traditionally kept in the deposits. So it has actually helped in deepening of the financial markets in the country. So overall, I would say that it has brought in a significant positive impact in almost in no time.
I'm wondering, as financial literacy keeps evolving and changing, could financial literacy become a returning cyclical issue?
Yeah, I agree that financial literacy will always be it will be an ongoing issue, and I don't think so. It will be a cyclical issue, and the financial innovations will keep on happening, and the population would be required to be updated relating to these financial innovations and how really it helps them in savings, and also hedging the risk which are inherent in various products which they are buying. So with the rapid digitization, of course, it is no doubt a challenge also. The digital literacy and the financial literacy are actually becoming two inseparable sides of a coin. If at all I may say so, they are currently addressed very well in the country. With growing digitization, the dividing line between the financial literacy and the digital literacy is considerably getting blurred. But it has also led to the cyber risk, and and also the lack of the digital literacy actually significantly enhances the risk relating to cyber. So I would say that the financial literacy, digital literacy, and the cyber literacy, they have become very important component for a society like India, where we are at a very fast pace. We have gone for the adoption of the digital and also the financial products which are being introduced they are also, by virtue of a significant reach, I think the reach of these products have also gone up. So I think this is a new paradigm wherein this Indian economy is, and I believe that it will go a long way in terms of channelizing the savings of the large population, and also offering them all kind of products which they might be looking for, or maybe they have an aspirations for really improving their standard of livings.
We're seeing an expanding digital economy in India. And as that digital economy expands, I'm wondering, how can the banking sector accelerate its digitalization strategies so that it can ease the development of the digital economy?
Yeah, sure. I think the digitization process in the Indian banking is proceeding at three levels actually. The first level is the digitization of the banking operation, which is both front office and the back office. This is a continuous process, and the top 10 banks have progressed considerably in this direction. In the front office, banks have very actively promoted app banking. We at State Bank of India have got a super app, which we call it YONO. It's abbreviation for You Only Need One. It's a notable success story. This particular app started as a retail banking product, but now it has got the retail, corporate, and agricultural lending under one umbrella. Apart from this, it also has got the financial superstore, through which we are in a position to market the products of our subsidiary companies, which is actually mutual fund, life insurance, general insurance, credit card. All the products are getting sold. And apart from that, it has also got the online marketplace, wherein some of our customers are in a position to showcase their products. And that's a value which we have created. Incidentally, we have got registrations which are as high as about almost about 44 million. So that is the kind of a number which is who have already registered on this app, and it's doing very well. And we are having a huge, almost about 1 trillion people are logging into this app on a daily basis. So that is the kind of a behavioral change we have witnessed. And it has also led to a situation where we have got a huge database, which is helping us to leverage our AI and ML tools for having a better assessment of the customer's behavior. At level 2, we have banks are aggressively supporting the growing digital economy through supply of POS machines and the payment aggregators. The idea is to provide seamless payment mechanism to meet transaction needs of the economy. At the third level, bank and the NBFCs are looking at co-lending. Within the Reserve Bank of India's framework, most of the NBFCs in India are fintech or have tied up with various fintechs. Therefore, the banks are funding these digitization efforts at the last mile, where banks have a limited presence.
India's banks have the potential to take the lead globally in innovation as well as digitalization. What would be prioritized, and what do you think should be prioritized in terms of strategies and investment to reach this goal?
Yeah, one of the recent Moody's report indicated that the top 5 banks in India have adopted well to the onslaught of the digitalization in banking and are very well placed to transform themselves and offer value to the customer. In most of the cases, the digitalization is already a priority and future efforts are geared in this direction. Digitalization has definitely increased the size of the pie for the banks, but it has also thrown some of the challenges which will have to be addressed in the coming years. These actually includes reducing the customer churn, transparent communication of AI/ML-based lending in app banking, educating customer on cybersecurity, upscaling customer grievance systems in new digital environment, and retaining trust and relational aspect of traditional banking. So this, I believe, is going to be the priority in the days to come.
You know, and you touch on it because a major aspect of digital banking has to be its customer support as well as its ease of access, as well as the possibility for quick and efficient tools, which is really, really important for digital banking to succeed in India or anywhere. Can this accessibility help with financial literacy efforts?
Yes, I believe access to the financial system and the financial literacy both goes hand in hand. A major part of the financial literacy campaign that we undertake is to facilitate a customer to surmount the initial inertia which they come across towards the technology and the adoption of the technology, and try out new ways of transacting. With efforts, we have seen considerable success in many mundane tasks such as opening of simple savings bank account, payments, etc. So I would say that it is, of course, customers have to come out of their comfort zone. Customers have to experience the newer products and the services, and that they will do once they see the value in the way the transactions are done and the value creation which will happen through the new products and services. So I believe that accessibility and the financial literacy efforts will go a long way in developing this economy to the next level.
Well, Dinesh, with about I think it's half of the 1.3 billion people in India who are online. So the job ahead is a really exciting one, as well as a very big and important one in digitalizing as well as increasing financial literacy in India. I want to thank you very much for joining us at the Toronto Global Forum. It seems like you had something else that you wanted to say right at the end there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity.